Johnny McMillan putting the girls through their paces again on another cold, frosty Monday evening. Round 5 is over and complete. Simon Morgan here, joined alongside Carlos Del Rio.
G'day Simo. G'day viewers.
Round 5, and you're still watching, so that's promising to know. So
we'll get straight into it, Simo. There's a lot of soccer that was played on the weekend. We had a feature junior match today as well, so we got some footage of the game between the two Warrnambool Wolves teams, the Jetty Flat Rangers and Merri Stingrays here at Harris Street Reserve, and it was a very good game, Simo. You were refereeing again. You get to see yourself there in the footage as well. And some of the goals here from the Stingrays. The Stingrays, what can I say? They played beautifully, my kids. Lots of passing around. Great shots, but Hartley Russell played a magnificent game in goals for the Rangers.
Sizzling form, absolutely.
Sizzling form, and I'm looking. I said to him after the game, I think, hey, you could become in handy for goalkeeping duties, perhaps, maybe the country championships. I'm not too sure what. He wasn't too happy about that, but when you got a bit of talent to show, Hartley, listen, it was there for everyone to see. But unfortunately, he didn't stop all of them, and Merri got a few goals in this game, Simo. In saying that, beautiful weather, beautiful day in the end for soccer here at Warrnambool. There was another game going on as well half an hour later at Warrnambool when Hamilton visited the Lions there, and it was a one-sided game on that side again. So the Lions, are still searching for the first win. But in saying that, the Hamilton team is very strong this year. They put 12 past the Warrnambool team this time around. So they did get one consolation goal from preliminary reports they got. We haven't got the official paperwork yet today, Simo, but we'll get that soon.
It'll come, Lions. He just chins up, and I'm sure that Johnson's gonna, he'll pull something special out, and you'll get the first win.
That's right. So they're not too, just keep playing along, guys and girls, and I'm sure that as your football improves, the new kids on the block, we're sort of looking to see you guys progress further along. But in saying that, Hamilton always very strong and always have a lot of potential goal scorers, and so on. They certainly had multiple ones in this game, Simo. But in saying that, the 12-1 win wasn't enough to steal the top position from the Merri Stingrays, who actually put 7th away against the Rangers. Final score there 7-2. Simo, you were referee. What were your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts were really good. It's really great to see that we've got such fantastic young talent that's coming through the ranks, and some players are participating in the seniors comp, and there are some that, give them another year or two and they'll be right in there with the best of them, right in the thick of it. Yeah. I reckon a prime example, Cameron Jennings played an outstanding game both in the under-15s and the seniors. We'll get to that very shortly, but on the whole, a very, very good game to watch. It was just really good to see, both teams really having a go. Hartley Russell, as we said before, played an absolutely outstanding game in goals. It's tricky when you save them once, they'll rebound and they'll be able to slot them through. You won't be able to stop them all, and as a goalkeeper, I can say that you can only do the best that you can.
That's right. If you can stop one, it's up to your other players to help you around to clear the ball. But Hartley Russell, great in goals for Jetty Flat Rangers. Good performances too from the Rangers, from Lucas Esenwenger, who recorded a goal. Matthew Rea, who also recorded a goal for the Rangers. But Josh Travar played a really strong game in this. There he is on the footage there, just cutting down the wing. He's a big boy, top age, and he's new to the club, but I'm sure he's just sort of finding his feet for the Rangers.
Give him some time, I think he'll make a very good.
A few players were missing, obviously, from the lineup, which cost them, because the Stingrays were pretty much at full strength, welcoming back May and Netherway. We had a couple of girls. The Stingrays is a team of the girls this season. We put all the girls together into one team to get them happy, and they're happy. They're playing some really good soccer. Absolutely. And they're enjoying playing together. So while they're training here tonight on Monday night, They're also showing up here on Sunday morning. So best players for the Stingrays were Geva Axel in the midfield, who scored 1 goal. Connor Bellman, again playing beautiful in the left wing, 1 goal. And Awol Malik, who played a magnificent game and had 2 goals to his credit. Livy Gagic got 1, and Darcy Johnson got the others to make it a 2 scoreline there to Stingrays. And the Stingrays remain top of the ladder, followed by Hamilton, Jetty Flat Rangers, and Warrnambool Lions. That's it for under 15s. We move on to the seniors, Simo, and not the feature game, but the twilight game. We call it a feature game.
Friday night football. Carlos, I am even surprised you even bothered to show your face, because as I was playing that game, I was on the subs, and I overheard comments going, "Oh, you know, what's Carlos doing to this team? It's a travesty." And travesty. I mean, even at one point going, "What's Carlos doing out there? Why is Danny on the bench?" And outrage. But the final scoreline really does say it all. It was an absolute convincing, smashing win by Jetty Flat Rangers. The final score being 6-2.
Yep, it was. Kudos to the Rangers. They played a very attacking game, but it wasn't. It wasn't to be. My team probably didn't play the best game for sure. We're looking for a comeback this week when we travel to Hamilton. But in saying that, when we give you 2 goals, one to Lee Hunter with a free header, and another one where we actually passed the ball straight at Mick Romani's feet in the first minute of the game, mind you, we were certainly up to it. And giving those 2 goals out of the picture, the other 4 goals were actually fantastic scores from the Rangers. And in saying that, we got 2 back, 3-1 each half. In the end, I guess we could have had a couple of chances ourselves. Simo, you pulled a couple of good saves. John Miles played a really strong game there in goals in the first half, denying James Skinner, denying Ish Upanga at one point, and of course denying Ingrid Turun, who was threatening for a lot of that sort of first period, even though we were down. In saying that, from your team, kudos to your defensive lineup with Bo and
Johnny.
Rob Bevan. John McMillan playing that super role effectively, although we were sort of, I made sure that we had some forwards on him at one time because he was too much by himself, so that they directed play. We need to put some pressure on Johnny as well.
You need to put more people onto nearly a 60-year-old.
Yeah, 60-year-old man who holds he's 60, he holds the line very well as a sweeper. But Tommy Saddle played a really strong game, and the 2 goal scorers for the Rangers were...
It was Lee Hunter who picked up 3.
Yep.
And Michael Roman's picking up a hat-trick as well.
Yeah, Michael, fantastic. They both got their hat-trick. Unfortunately, I've heard that Michael he came off the bench, he scored a goal and then he came off the ground with a bit of a hamstring problem. He didn't take part the rest of the game, and talking to his partner the following day, he wasn't too happy. He was still sort of limping around the next day, so hopefully he's alright for the next game. Simo,
plenty of firepower there though. If worst comes to worst, the Jetty Flat do have the depth to cover his absence. But with that said, he will be sorely missed. Hopefully he won't be here for too long.
The other player to mention, who got the card for your team? Bo Arnold. Yeah, picked a yellow, and Ish Rupanga, I think he picked up a yellow for us in so it was 1 yellow card in each of the games, and like I said, 3-1 either half to make it a 6-2 scoreline to the Rangers. The Rangers were led magnificently by Ellen Wines, who we're going to be having a quick chat to in a second. But Ellen, the first female captain, takes her team at the end of phase 1.
Right at the top. End
of round 1, right at the top with that win, irrespective of what was happening on Sunday, unless there was some kind of blowout kick
It could have happened.
Could happen.
We'll find out soon enough.
But in saying that they were sitting in a nice position, they needed that win, and with the 4-goal advantage that they got of this game, certainly put them in a good state to finish phase 1 on the top of the ladder. So Sparky, we're going to have a chat to you. Okay, we're here with the captain of the Jetty Flat Rangers. Historical moment here, Ellen Wines, the first female captain of a WDSL league team. Congratulations, Ellen.
Thank you.
Not only are you the captain, not only are you the first female, but also you're leading your team to the top of the table at the end of phase 1, which is fantastic for the Rangers. But also, I'd just like to ask you, what are the highlights so far you think of the season so far for your team?
I think just compared to last season when we didn't really have a team coming together as well, we weren't meshing as well, and injuries and people never here. So this year it's been good, we're all coming together really well and playing better each week is just the main thing that we're after.
And one of the things that I hear about is the new players that came to play for you guys, they go, who's this? Why is this girl playing? And then they see you play and they know, oh, no wonder. Listen, Sparky, I've heard it from everywhere. Your talent and your application to the game has been fantastic, and certainly your leadership qualities in leading this team to the top of the table has been fantastic. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Rangers in that. Ellen, what? Obviously, if I call you Ellen, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
No one really knows my name.
Sparky. Everybody knows you're Sparky. But can you tell us where did this name came from, and what why is it stuck with you for so long?
Well, back when I was about 11 or 12 playing in the senior women's team, and there was a few name clashes. There was Ellie's, Ellen, another Ellen, Alice, and a few others. So they decided to call me Sparky because I think I was little and a few little quick runs here and there. So it just stuck after that.
And it has stuck with you because you still get those little quick runs happening, and you're always flashing billions or something, sparkles when you move with the ball, Sparky, and certainly it's something that stuck with you.
Yeah,
it sticks with you for a long time because that's something that the Wolves has given you.
Yeah.
I think it goes outside
the
Wolves. I think it goes outside the Wolves, doesn't it?
Yes, it does actually. All my friends know it as well now.
Sparky, well, fantastic. And also, so many girls playing soccer, I think you've become a bit of a role model. So more importantly for us is to make sure that we keep that going. But you've had some great role models yourself, but it's good that you're taking some kind of a leadership role now, isn't it? What can you tell us about the girls' game, in particular in the senior competitions?
Yeah, well, it's getting bigger. It's getting better each week. We're getting more players and a bit more interest in it. It's a bit different doing the coaching side of things rather than just listening to the other coaches. But we've got a good lot of younger girls coming up, and the likes of Katie and Danny helping out, and Karen and people like that. We've got a good solid group of girls there. Yep,
and they are playing the train as well as the men's, which is good to see.
Yeah, Katie and Karen and Danny are all having to go out there as well.
Yeah, which is fantastic for the league, being open sex, and also more people ready to take this award for the best female player. Odds on favourite, Ellen, you're top of the league at the moment, but yes, we'll keep the punters guessing. But you've shown a great leadership this season so far, not only on the park but off the park. And I congratulate you, and the Wolves thank you for being part of this wonderful club, and hopefully we get more out of you in the years to come. So thanks, Sparky.
No worries, thanks, guys.
I'm your Sparky.
Yeah, Sparky. We move along with some of the Sunday games now, Simone. 2 games that were played. One was played at Warrnambool over in Scotts Creek, the Scotts Creek Lions, which we shall call them from round 6 on, because they've told me that they're now the Scotts Creek Lions. So for the remainder of the season in this WDSL wrap, we'll call them the Scotts Creek Lions. Okay, they met Hamilton, who are travelling nicely at the moment with 2 home wins, 1 away loss, and another away win. So they were sitting nice and sort of even at this point in time, and they travelled this time all the way to Scotts Creek, and they showed up with a similar type of play they've been having all season. The half was a 0-all, which means it was a tightly held half. The Lions were actually, from the reports that I hear from the referee Stan Branch, was they were in the game for the majority of this game, but Hamilton have got some youngsters who can run all day, and they proved in the end with 3 goals in the second term to make it a 3-0 win to Hamilton.
Yeah.
Simo, you've played them. You've played them at their home, and they're very strong there. The Stingrays travel there this week. I've got a game plan. I've been going there for a long time, and I know also how they play the ground. But they always have some spice. They always have something up their sleeves, and I'm concerned that some of seeing the goal scorers this season, they're all the young kids. They're certainly got a well-balanced team this season. Simon?
Are you going to let us in on your game plan?
No, not in this tape, but I'll certainly be talking to my boys soon about what the game plan should be. In saying that, that 3-0 win at that point meant that Jetty Flat Rangers were definitely top of the table at the end of round 5, so they couldn't quite catch up to your lead. So congratulations, Rangers, on holding on to top position for the
boys and girls
for phase 1. Yeah. There was one more game to play on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock at Harris Street between the Deakin Dragons and Warrnambool Hawks. Simon, you want to talk about that game briefly?
Yeah. I thought this game was a really tightly contested game. Campbell Scott's still out with injury, unfortunately, so for this game we actually had Cameron Jennings doubling up.
Yep, Cameron Jennings is a junior player for the Merri Stingrays in the under-15 competition. He had been asked to play last week, but he was unavailable due to a small injury, but he stepped up. Interestingly, in this game we had 4 junior players, if you count, about 4. We had Cameron in goals,
Yep.
Connor Bellman,
Yep.
and Livy Gadek,
Yes.
who stepped up to help the Dragons in this time around. So congratulations, Livy, on making your debut in the senior competition.
Yeah, all 3 of you played a very solid game. So,
along with Liam Drake, who is obviously played juniors last year, but he's one of the under 16s up for nominations for the country championships and also for the under 16 award for this year. So the Dragons are certainly very thankful to lead some of these youngsters into the team because they actually make a huge difference. On the Thunderhawks, obviously the Russell brothers were there. Only one of them was available for this one. Keith was sustained an injury last week, but Hartley, after playing a magnificent goal, keeping duties for the juniors, stepped up to play on the right wing, which I thought he did magnificently. And I think it was partly his contribution which meant that his team actually got the advantage over the Dragons. 7 goals scored by the Hawks. Simo, just name them down and go down the list. What we got here?
Well, hat-trick hero, another hat-trick hero for this round, Josh Moutre. That left foot of his really is something out of this world, picking up 3 goals.
The first one was a gift, but it was a rebound from Cameron, who actually stopped the first shot. Yeah. Beautiful. Put his whole body on. It's bounced off. Just to the edge of the 18-yard box. It was a decent save to be able to pull the ball back all the way up to nearly the 18-yard box, but it landed right on that sweet spot of Mucha, who just sweet passing shot that just had a second dibs at the goal. So he got his first on the 7th minute. Hat-trick continues. Who else was on the scoreline there?
Rightio. So we had Dan Sedgley joining the party, got a goal, picked up the goal in the 37th minute. So that left the score line at 3-0 at the half. So Deakin, still having a bit of a chance, playing some very good football. Probably not capitalising on their chances initially, but that Thunderhawks defence led magnificently by David Yates, the captain, just leading by example. And at the half-time making it a 3-0 scoreline. We start second half.
Josh Mucha got a goal very early on again, so that was his hat-trick on the 47th minute. But then one of the goals of the seasons, I think, and it wasn't a Thunderbolt's goal, but Chris Bellman stepped up to take a free kick from the edge of the box, and with players on the post as well, Rita got her head to the ball, but I think it bounced a couple of times. And the footage, I think, will show you what a swiftly taken free kick it was.
It's a textbook example on how to take a free kick, and it's no surprise why Chris, gets called into the senior Wolves squad for various games. I think playing last year in the Mirabella Cup and various competitions like that. He is an absolute key player for the team. He probably won't like it when I say it, but it is true. When Deakin have Chris Bellman playing, they really lift.
They were a bit unlucky not to have more goals. That was the only score in the line, but Connor Bellman, his younger brother, they linked up well. Levy Gaddick, again, got pushed up front. Just a lack of experience was the difference between him making his debut with the goals as well. But in saying that, some of the players that were definitely instrumental, I guess, in the game for the Dragons, you can't go past their vice captain, I guess you call her, in Lara Angarano. She's been doing this for a lot of years now, and is one of the main backbones of the Deakin Dragons side. And she played a great game in the midfield.
Absolutely.
To tell the truth, the Thunderhawks have a lot of talent, being marshalled by Gil Malabar, Dave Yates, Nick Johnson. These guys are experienced and very good players. Nick Johnson, the Johnny McMillan medalist from last year from the grand final. Josh Mutray, also one of the best around. Big Nick Van Wingarden playing in defence, not much got past him. These guys are strong all over the park. But the interesting thing was that the Dragons never gave up. And players like Lara, Liam Drake played a really strong game as well, the youngster for them. They were missing players like Aidan Lyon, Jacob Sargent and Campbell Scott. So they were missing a majority of the first-time players. But in saying that, they gave it a good go. That goal in the 52nd minute was the only goal for the Dragons, and then Hartley Russell got a double in the space of 5 minutes on the 56th and 60th. So congratulations, Hartley. That was a banging a double there. And Nick Johnson is claiming a goal, but I'm gonna.
I'll give it to you, Nick. I will give you that point. No, it was an absolutely brilliant run, basically from back up to the front, having it pinned
and hitting someone in the head.
Got a bit of a deflection.
Yeah, a huge deflection.
But that will count as a goal for you, sir. Well done.
Well done. 80th minute, Nick Johnson, he gets a huge deflection from his shot, and Paul Cameron Jennings was at the right spot, but he's looked over.
Exactly. Yes,
he would have stopped most of the ones that were coming directly. So that finishes off with the round 5. Like I said, round 5 is the end of phase 1. Everyone's played each other once.
Yep.
So, and it's still a long way to go, Simo. There's still another 10 rounds to go before we hit finals, and everyone's got the opportunity to redeem their losses or consolidate their wins. Looking forward to, obviously, the top 2 spots are the ones that everyone wants to get to. A double chance to play in the grand final. So, in saying that, next week, Merri Stingrays travel to Hamilton for both the juniors and the seniors. Warrnambool Lions come here to Warrnambool to play against the Thunderhawks in the seniors. Yep. And the juniors, Jetty Flat Rangers play Warrnambool here at home as well.
Yes.
And lastly, Deakin Dragons versus Jetty Flat Rangers. I'm looking for the Dragons to do something special in this game, but Simo, what do you reckon?
Rather not, give it a good go, Deakin, but I probably would prefer to stay on top. But we don't mind being pushed a little bit.
Yeah, let's hope the Dragons give you a big game for you against the Rangers, and also the Stingrays give Hamilton another go, so it keeps that sort of top of the table nice and congested. Our website. Have a look at it. Give us your comments if you want. Give us a feedback, but more importantly, spread it around to your friends and families and everyone. Who knows? Who knows? You might be on the on the videos one of these days. So stay in tune and catch you later.